Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Home and Loan Show. And today we're joined by a very special guest. We've got Isabel Gabriella from First National Excalibur.
So we're an alternative solution for clients who don't fit in with the A scheduled bank. We're very hopeful and optimistic at Excalibur in regards to what is actually going to transpire for spring market.
Levels, the main benefit is that the whole process is simplified, and there's programs that are available which just would not be possible otherwise, right?
Yeah. Something that's very unique to First National is actually our graduation program. So for those A clients that are going alt for now but will want to move to the A side, we have a program specialized for them.
Well, all those deals that I submitted this year on the B side, okay, I'm going to use the graduation program.
All right.
I'll give you a call.
I'll hold you to it.
For sure. But Isabel, even this is more so for like the mortgage brokers out there, right? As a lender, as a BDM, what do you kind of expect from us, right? I know just to make your process much simpler, just to make your process easier, how should we communicate with the clients? What should we be telling them just so that everything, sails smoothly?
A huge thing is actually having proper conversation and getting to know your clients, right? Asking questions outside of the box. So when you look at bank statements and whatnot, just getting to know your client on a personal level and what is happening in their business really helps the underwriting process. The more detailed notes, the less back and forth, the faster the approval. Right. Like our turnaround time right now with Excalibur is 4 hours. Whether it's a touch point with the broker or an actual commitment.
It's amazing.
That is, we strive. Like, we are really known for our service and we do it really, really well.
Yeah.
We take a lot of pride in servicing our brokers.
And that's big.
I can say that honestly, a couple weeks ago, like literally on the same day. Today's Friday, right?
Yeah.
2 Fridays ago, submitted a deal at 1 p.m. I got a commitment from Sarah at 2. Which is crazy.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Right?
She's
it's
a
crazy.
rock star for sure.
Yep, and it was a rush deal as well. It was something that was closing in about 12 days. So this is something to let you guys know as well. I mean, I know that rush deals are kind of hard to accommodate for most lenders, but First National, based on, if the deal is straightforward, obviously, right? If we just call them, they're actually able to do it as well, which I love, right? And that's something that really sets them apart from their competition as well, for sure.
Yeah. I think from a broker's perspective and even from like a realtor's perspective, is about clients like ring off the hook our phone. So when we can get a quick response, it just goes the extra mile for them because it's like, oh, I'm not getting this service from anywhere else,
Absolutely.
Especially in our community. I think we got a lot of nervous people out there and rightfully so. I mean, this is the biggest decision of their life. So the fact that you guys can accommodate those like quick response times, it goes a long way for us too.
Definitely.
It really does. It really does. Yeah. And Isabel, I think when did you join us? Last year, right? I think.
So I joined First National in July.
Yeah. And ever since then, I think that's when the business started going up, man.
Yeah,
there has to be a correlation there.
You're a secret weapon. Isabel's definitely a secret weapon.
I appreciate that. Thanks so much.
Yeah.
I do what I can, guys, right?
Yeah.
I know.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day, I'm also a consumer, right? I'm not just an account manager. So we got to all work together. And at First National, there is huge synergy between credit and sales, which is how we get everything done so quickly.
Right.
It's because we love working together and we're all like-minded in offering a solution at the end of the day.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. I mean, hey, there's a plug right there for clients out there. You guys got to reach out to us about FirstNat, specifically Excalibur, because the rates, the terms, the quality of service is just it's through the roof. For us, we can definitely say. So.
And I'm gonna show off a little bit over here as well because I know that there are multiple brokerages out there that deal with First National, right? But I think we do take pride on the relationship that we've established with you guys, right? Just Affinity Mortgage Solutions in general. I think that we have a great working relationship, right?
Absolutely.
And I just hope that it continues going forward and just gets stronger and stronger for sure. And I'm confident it will.
No, it's definitely going to.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That's great.
Great.
And I mean, I guess gearing the conversation a bit back to what we were talking about, just in terms of how the market is behaving, in terms of how numbers are looking from a realtor's perspective. It seems like the market went through a huge swing. Everyone knows about that, right? Prices fell, rates went up. There was a very low number of sales going on, especially compared to a year ago. And especially compared to exactly a year from now, because like February 2022 was like the peak of it all, right? That's when things were doing phenomenally, sales were happening constantly, and it was basically as though if you listed your home, you would sell it within a week. Now we're looking at the average time being about 30 days. What's interesting though is around now compared to last month, we saw a slight uptick in prices, very slight, but still an uptick. What we saw was people getting more comfortable with the rates, but this is all from the market, from a real estate agent perspective. How is it looking from you guys, right? How is it looking in terms of how busy you are, how many people are looking at you for more support, more advice for getting the mortgage approved?
It's definitely a lot busier with phone calls and presentations and really running through deal scenarios. It's no secret things have become very unique, right? Now, like everybody's really trying to get whatever they can through the door.
Right.
And obviously we have certain guidelines that we have to abide by, so we can only stretch so much, but we definitely do whatever we can to service our brokers given the market today.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I think if you bought like a year ago, and you was a new construction or pre-construction, coming up for that mortgage now that's going to close within a month or so from now even, you're probably looking at it like, I'm going to need a B lender to service this because there's no way I qualify from what I thought I did last year.
Right.
That pre-qualification is out the window. Even in regards to down payment, a lot of people are going to struggle with that. But, we can't help with the down, but we can certainly help with getting qualified with those higher ratios, right? And that's where we come in, and that's where Isabel's done a great job for us.
Especially with programs where you can eventually move back to A level if needed, like what we just learned about. Like that really makes a big difference. And when we talk about the market as well in terms of getting busy, what's really interesting is a lot of people are still not really just watching the market. They're getting closer to the sidelines. They're just kind of doing their research, waiting for that right opportunity, right? So, and that's like, this is a point where I guess I can tell everyone, it's always best to start early, start talking to your realtor, start talking to your mortgage agent, right? Learn the numbers, know how things can work out so that when you find the house that matches, when you find, the right investment for you, you can jump on it, right? You don't want to wait there. And that's when these guys come in because of their awesome service, that they can really help you get stuff done. But it's really about being proactive in your measures.
No, for sure. And I actually want to also touch on the rate differences between the A lenders and B lenders. Now, a lot of people think that going to a B lender is a curse, right? It's close to a private. I've spoken to clients that say, B, that's okay. I don't want to go on the B side because it's going to be 10%, 11%. It's really not like that. Because if you really look at the A side as well right now, on the fixed side, we're looking at about mid-5s, variable side mid-6s, right, Subin? Right? And if we look at Excalibur, Isabel, I'll let you take it from here. How much are we looking at right now?
Our lowest rate is 599.
Yep.
599.
Yeah.
Wow. And for what term is that? Like
so it's a 3-year term that we're offering right now for clients who have a Beacon score of 680 or higher.
Wow. Yeah. And I think a lot of people right now, what seems to be popular, at least you guys are the experts, but like 2 years, 3 years seems to be like what seems to be very popular right now. Like people are optimistic for that.
For sure, man.
Right?
2-year, 3-year terms are definitely the way. Well, that's what we're selling anyway because we feel like that's the right advice for the client.
Right.
I'm not going to put them in a 5-year fixed right now at this rate, but just to give them some options, a couple of years down the line, give them some security for the short term. And that 599 is like it's on par with whatever Schedule A banks are offering right now, which is insane. I didn't think we'd see it, I don't think anybody saw this coming, but the fact that we can get a client into a home at those higher ratios with a rate of 599 on a 3-year fixed, that's a solid deal. We take that any day of the week, and we've been selling that product quite a bit over the past couple of months, I would say. So we're in line with what Excalibur has to offer in that sense, and I think it's it's only going to get. No one has a crystal ball at the end of the day, so I don't want to speak too far into the future, but the way it's going right now, we can expect rates to probably rise a little bit, definitely before it comes down. I don't think we're going to see, like I always say this, we're never going to see those 1.69 rates, like not anytime in the near future. Like that's not happening, right? That wasn't realistic. So many people had those expectations, and I think we got a little spoiled with it. But it's coming back down to reality now, and we got to move with the times, I guess.
0.99, right?
Yeah, 0.99 is what it used to be.
It used to be crazy, but that's when I tell my clients, looking at 5.99 with Excalibur, and they get shocked, right? This is a B lender? Yeah, it's a B lender. It's and we have to kind of take that misconception and really educate them on that, because if you're really thinking that you're going to be paying 7%, 8%, 9% with a B lender, that's really not the case, right? They're very comparable to the A lenders, and most times they're actually easier to deal with as well, right? Especially in Excalibur's case, because we can get a lot more done, right? Especially, like I said, if you're a truck driver, construction, whatever, right? Look at your bank statements, and there's a lot of things that can slide with B lenders that don't with A lenders, right? Which is why Excalibur is one of my favorites, and I'll continue submitting stuff there for sure.
I'm looking forward to it.
For sure.
Thank you. Thanks so much for your support. But going back to not knowing what's happening in the market, right? So if clients do happen to go in a 3-year, and let's just say rates happen to drop significantly, we do not have a bona fide sales clause, which means the client has the opportunity to break it if they need to.
Wow.
And we could pay, like they pay a 3-month interest penalty or interest rate differential, whichever is higher. And they always have the opportunity to go and get lower rates somewhere
Very
else
interesting.
if that was to happen.
Yeah.
So we are not in the business of locking your clients in and not giving them any options. We're fully solution based.
That's huge, because there's a couple of your competitors where you
Yeah.
lock it in to a fixed term and you can't break it unless you sell the house.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
But you're telling me that we can break it without having to sell. That's huge for
Yeah,
us. right?
absolutely.
It's all about flexibility, guys, and that's
That's what
an
we're
amazing
about.
point.
Yeah.
I love that.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
guys,
that sounds good.
I think we touched on what we wanted to touch on.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Isabel, I want to thank you again for your time. Lovely Isabel Adlin from
Yes.
First Nat, guys. We got to have you on. This is kind of our
Yes.
inaugural show, so we definitely want to have you on again. And,
Thank you very
and
much.
see where the market is for a
Definitely.
couple months from now, maybe. Who knows?
I love this. This is very
Yeah,
cool. I
that's
loved
great.
it.
We
It's
appreciate
actually my first experience, so I'm gonna put that in the books now.
There you go.
That is
for us
awesome.
too. We shared one together, right?
Yeah.
For us, it's
Right.
really awesome. And we'll
But
definitely have
thank
you back
you
very
so
soon.
much for having me. You guys are such a pleasure.
We appreciate you.
Personally, professionally, all around.
Thank you.
Love working with you guys. Thank you
Right
so
back
much
at
for
you.
your partnership.
problem at all.
And thanks for having me as a guest today.
Thank you.
No
Thank
problem
you.
It was
at
a
all.
pleasure.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
All right.